What is up? Happy Saturday. Gosh, we are rolling into the holidays and just wanted to kick this call off with a little holiday schedule. As you guys can see, this one will be the last Ask Laurel of the year, and we will not have cocktails and conversions this month. I am taking the last 2 weeks of the year off, and I suggest that you guys do the same. Enjoy your friends and family, but make sure that your ads are doing the heavy lifting. So if you go into the group, you will see that we have a lot of amazing testimonials from this week's 5-day marketing blitz. And, Michelle is one of the people that came every single day, took action, and she had been in the program for a while, but it took coming to the blitz for her to take action. And this post nearly made me cry as well. She says she's trying not to cry because she actually sold her offer after posting one of the videos that we walked through in the marketing blitz. And if you just have some time, just go in and just check out all of the amazing posts from people getting shit done during this blitz. And if you want to take part in the next one, I will be doing one next month. And make sure that you are checking the featured section. I do have a post where you can get on the list. We sold out of the last one. Oops, I went past it. We sold out of the last two very, very quickly. So the next one's going to be at the end of January, and you can see people are already, we have 133 people who have gotten on the list for the next one. I will be announcing that here pretty soon. But yeah, make sure that you are going through the featured section every single week. This is where I have the Ask Laurel thread along with all of the wonderful rules. This is where I also post any training replays that you need to know about. A lot of people are like, well, Laurel, there's so much information. If you check the featured section every single week, you are never going to miss anything that you need to know, including the link to buy my book, how to get in on my March event that's coming up on March 3rd and 4th in Phoenix at Joe Polish's office. Thank you for Joe Polish letting us use his office. A lot of you guys probably know him from Genius Network. He is so kind as to let us use his office for these events. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to push through into the Ask Laurel thread. And just as a reminder, make sure that you are reading the rules of the Ask Laurel thread. Like I said, this one is going to be the last of the year. I am going to be taking the next 2 weeks off from coaching inside the $7 program to spend time. I've got family coming in. It's going to be super exciting. And so I will see all of you guys in the new year. But continue, if you haven't gotten your ads up, get some up and then get the heck off of Facebook and let your ads do the heavy lifting. Okay. So I'm going to kick things off with Miss Michelle. She says, how do you advise starting advertisements to a shop? For example, I am opening a Shopify store of digital color psychology products. So I need to take a different tactic than what I've been doing before, like to a webinar. Well, if you go into the training and the offer ad section, you will see that I have a full on workshop on how to actually do things for an e-commerce store. So this is the training that you will want to take part. It's going to let you know all of the things of how to send traffic to Shopify and all of that fun stuff. Let's see, Jay says, working on conversion multipliers, when you tell people about the accelerator kit, do you just call it an accelerator kit or do you tell them what's in the accelerator kit too? So I typically use accelerator in the title. Like, for example, my discovery call accelerator. So if I'm giving away the accelerator kit, I'm going to say, hey, if you want in on my discovery call accelerator, I have put together a kit that literally has the step-by-step instructions via an SOP, but I also have a Loom video that will walk you through step-by-step on how to actually set that. That is all included in the kit. And so I feel like using that language helps people get a tangible idea of what they're going to get, right? They're not just getting a checklist. They're getting an entire kit so that they can start doing it ASAP. But it's going to depend on what your offer is and what's actually included in it. But the accelerator kit typically involves a step-by-step Google SOP, and it also includes a Loom video walkthrough. So that's why I call it a kit. Diraj says, Laurel, I'm curious to know this. If you want to run messenger ads for maximum conversions, but your Facebook has hardly any likes or content, but your Instagram profile is where you have built decent social proof, is an optimized profile, have gotten lead inquiries. So is it wise to uncheck Facebook and run your ads just on Instagram or your Facebook too? It depends. What do you prefer? Like, I run all of my top of funnel ads to Facebook and Instagram, and most of my retargeting on Instagram if I want to have a conversation. This is a personal preference. If all your social proof is on Instagram, you could definitely leverage Instagram, but just because you have no social proof on Facebook doesn't mean that your ads aren't going to work. He said, also in the past, I tried running VSL appointment campaigns through this ad account, which is fairly new, but it didn't work out. But I also noticed that through the placements of ads, the cost of showing ads and interaction was less on Facebook. Would really love to know whether to start this campaign. I would try both. Like, honestly, like, it doesn't matter. Like, get things onto your Facebook page, start building an audience. If your VSL appointment campaigns aren't working, it doesn't have anything to do with what platform you ran it on. It just has everything to do with the offer itself. Let's see, Lauren says, old audiences and non-active adverts. I'm starting afresh with Laurel's processes, but loads of old created ads, boosted posts, and audiences I created years ago when I knew nothing. Do I delete them to clean up my ads manager? Hopefully I haven't missed anything. No, you don't have to. You could use them. I'm using ads that are like 4 years old right now. No need to delete anything. As long as, I mean, if you want to try, like, a lot of times you can turn old ads on and they will just magically start working. Camilla says, I see your ads on Facebook pretty regularly now. Hell yeah, because I stalk you guys. So I'm curious to know what ads you have running right now and how much you are investing, please, to get an idea of how much is needed in order to appear frequently like you are now. So I have about 30 ads that are retargeting you guys at $1 a day. So 30 ads at $1 a day, that's $30 a day, plus my top of funnel power content, which each of those videos are running at $5. And you know what? You know what, Camilla? I am just going to bust it open and I will show you what I'm running right now. Okay, so total transparency. This is what I am running. So I am running a book promo. This is just a traffic campaign because I'm sending people straight to Instagram, not Instagram, Amazon. I am running. So the ads that are staying in front of you guys are these Hot 7 ads. You can see I've got 2 campaigns of those, and you can see they are stupid cheap. I am running these for $2 and $1 a day. Look at this. Look at all the purchases. For $1 a day. Like, I am not teaching you guys anything. So you can see I'm running. So these are all the ones that stay in front of you guys all the time. You can see $2, $1 a day. I also have power content running at $5 a day. And then, of course, I have my $7 campaign for my program running at $100 a day. But you guys can see I get pretty decent purchases, especially with my retargeting that's only running for $1 and $2, like I said, right? Pretty freaking cool. But yeah, $2 and $1. You can see I get stupid cheap sales. This one's like $1.91. That's stupid cheap. $5 sales, $4 sales, $5 sales. Yeah. Like I said, I don't run anything that I don't personally show you guys or like how to do in this program. Let's see. Jonathan says, I'm looking at the missions. I'm not sure where I fit. Well, Jonathan, you're in the right place. He said, real estate investors helping homeowners in foreclosure. I could use lead generation for high ticket because I'm looking to buy the house, but I have nothing to sell. Low ticket offer funnel if I offer a monkey paw as a starter. I don't think the real estate agent's mission is necessarily aligned with what I do because I'm not. No. So what you need to do is you need to look at how do you want to sell this offer, right? So that's what's missing here. I can't help you figure out which one because you haven't told me. Are you selling a low ticket offer? Are you wanting to go straight to book a call, right? Like if you are going straight to book a call, this would obviously be lead generation, or you could actually do the discovery call accelerator. Most of my realtor friends, we do the discovery call accelerator or we do the messenger mastery. Those are kind of the two that we stick to. Even the real estate agent training here, Here's one that's like that we use on YouTube. There's lots of options, but it just depends on what you're actually selling. You haven't specifically told me what you're selling. Like, is this a low ticket course? Is this a coaching program? If it's a coaching program and you want to sell it via the phone, I recommend using my discovery call accelerator strategy. Let's see. Megan says, would you please review my 15 pieces of content topics and let me know your thoughts? I've already started to create all of the content, but I've to get better at adding the CTA. Yes, I would be more than happy to look at your 15 pieces of content. Miss Megan, who literally, Megan, you didn't give me edit access. But I do want to say, Megan, thank you so much for showing up every single day during the Blitz. But unfortunately, you didn't make it editable. Guys, make sure that you're giving me permission. Just make it for whenever you're creating a Google Doc, just make sure that when you're sharing it with me, that you are making it, right, general access. Anyone with a link can view. Make sure you're doing that. Otherwise, it shows up in an error. Let's see, Nazradeen. I hope I said that name right. That is a very pretty name, by the way. I know you're a dude, but it's a very pretty name. He says, hey, Laurel, I launched my power content, got approved by Facebook, got a budget of $150 to spend. So I launched one video. That when should I know if it's working or not? And did I not add the KPIs to the dashboard? But what time frame should I consider to start? So I recommend that you go into the program and go to power content optimizing and troubleshooting. It actually walks you through all of the things that you're asking. And if you watch me optimize a power content campaign right here with one of my students, it'll actually answer this question. Let's see. Joseph says, power offer review take 2. Your feedback last week was so incredibly helpful, and I think I'm on the right track. Awesome. Let's take a look at that. Look at this. This is proof. This is what I need by proof of buying the power offer. Let's see, who is it for? Tuba players who want a better sound and crystal clear path to growing their technique, but don't have a large budget for private lessons. I love that is so clear. What if over the next 30 days you could have a sound you love, finally break through your range plateau, and take your technique further than you've been able to in the last year? I know that this sounds crazy, but you can accomplish this in less than 20 minutes a day, plus it's designed. So I think you can get a little bit clearer here. This isn't bad because it's for tuba players. This will probably do well, so I would actually test this before moving forward with this next piece of advice. But what does it mean to break through their range plateau, right? Do you mostly work with people who are stuck in a certain range? That would be nice to, if in the next 30 days I could break through the low C to the high C, I don't know, to have you playing high C's with ease or something like that, right? And where's their technique at now? How can we identify? How can we define? So 2 things that will make this power offer much stronger is defining what is their range plateau and defining what it means to take their technique further than they have in the last year. Can you make this more measurable? But like I said, I would test this as is. 2 ways that you can make those improvements is defining these 2 things. But great job, Richie. Joseph Ritchie. Let's see. Lynn says, power offer review. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Who is this for? For small business owners and solopreneurs with limited digital marketing skills who want to sell their offers online. They have a social presence, but no website or sales funnel. Okay. I would argue that small business owners and solopreneurs are 2 separate things with 2 separate needs, but so that'll be my feedback on who it's for. Let's see. If I offer to build you a client grabbing gateway website, I have no idea what that means. What's a gateway website? That will attract and pre-sell your ideal clients to your high ticket offers. Okay, so lots of things need to happen, right? This is so vague. This is very, very vague. What is a client grabbing gateway website? I have no idea what it is. So I'm going to give you a couple of action items that I want you to improve upon. I would say that you need to either choose small business owners or solopreneurs. who have a great social presence but no website or sales funnel. And I would even choose website or sales funnel. Like, you're giving people too many options, and so because you're trying to talk to everyone, you're talking to no one. So a great example of this would be solopreneurs who want to sell their offers online but don't have a sales funnel, right? That's very specific. If I offer to build you a sales funnel in the next 7 days, right? That's a clear offer. So you got a little bit of work to do, but I think I've given you enough direction so that next time that you're going through this exercise, you can get a little bit further along, but not completely bad for the first time. You just need to you need to work on who are you speaking to and what is exactly that you're going to build them. And I know that the gateway thing, you had like a little TM and it's probably your trademark thing, but to the person on the other side, that means nothing to them. And so sometimes our proprietary methodology is not the thing to promise, because sometimes that is more confusing than just saying what you're actually doing. Let's see. Bryce says, here's my e-commerce strategy for 2024 with the budget allocations and objectives in place. My overall budget is just $24 a day. My question is, in order to spend $5 a day testing, what would you recommend changing? I honestly don't recommend a $5 a day in the e-commerce space. I always recommend $10 a day. I'm thinking of cutting power clip video views to $3 a day and dropping 3 of the Hot 7 ads. So let's see, if you want to stick to $24 a day, if you want to stick to $24 a day, I would put $20 a day. So here's what I would do. I would literally put $20 a day all on this offer ad carousel, and I would do 2 of the Hot 7s for $1 a day. That's what I would do. So I'd spend $20 on this offer ad and $1 a day on 2 Hot 7 ads. But I love how he drew this out. I love how he gave me the context, and it was super easy to help him because he had this drawn out. Let's see. Amanda says, we are working on our first ad for our physical therapy online program. We are not finding any results for physical therapy in Facebook Ads Manager. Do you have recommendations for any way, such as third-party plugin, perhaps, that we can target people who search in Google for the terms hip replacement or knee replacement in physical therapy and use those terms in our Facebook Manager? I don't think they would be looking for that on Facebook. You are correct. Facebook is a great platform to put offers in front of people, but it's not super high intent. So probably Google would be your best bet, but I'm going to continue reading so that I can give you the best advice. Let's see. In Facebook Ads Manager, there are 0 results for physical therapy. In an interest search box, we're looking for any tips on how to move forward to refine our target audience to people who need this surgery. Here's our sales page. So there is no way to actually target people, but one of the things that we do on Facebook is we call it carpet bombing. So if people need physical therapy, where are they visiting? Probably the hospital. You could probably put gates around, local hospitals. You could put gates around collision centers. You could actually put physical gates in front of physical therapy. I'm not really sure you have an online program for physical therapy. But you also just have to keep this in mind too. While let's say in this case, I would probably use open targeting because you're probably going more national, but think about this. How many of us will see your ad and recommend your stuff to someone that we know, right? Google is great for super high intent. So I would probably use Google as the top of funnel to send people to this. But you could always use Facebook and Instagram as a retargeting function. But I would also run this as open targeting, because how many people know other people who need physical therapy right now? It's one of those things where at some point in your life, you're always going to need physical therapy. Someone is going to need physical therapy, right? I've been in physical therapy for the last 1.5 years because of a rotator cuff injury. But and when I ask my friends for recommendations, they're always like, oh, I keep seeing this ad for the place in Jennings. I keep seeing the place for the ad in Lafayette. And so I would think less about how to get customers right now. I would be working on a long-term strategy so that when people need physical therapy, you're going to be top of mind, right? Like if you think about all of the accident attorney billboards, if any of us get into an accident, we all know the one attorney that we would call because we just repeatedly see their billboards over and over again, and we've memorized that, right? That's what we want to happen in this type of situation, and that's what I like to use Facebook for. Now, if you want those high intent, I would say go to YouTube. I've got YouTube ads in here. I show you guys how to target super high intent, custom intent, and all of that fun stuff. So hopefully that was helpful. If you need any clarification, just, post in the group. There's plenty of people who've gone through my training that can help you out. But I see Facebook as the long-term play in businesses like this versus Google, where you're going to get those people who are searching for that right now. So just to kind of recap, one, I would use Facebook open targeting for top of funnel. I would use Facebook retargeting to retarget all of the people who are coming in through Google Ads. I would use Google Ads top of funnel, where you could use those custom intent audiences, and that's how I would round out that strategy. I would use Google top of funnel, because you can't use Google retargeting in these situations because Google doesn't let you retarget in any kind of health type of situations. So I would use Google, YouTube, like including YouTube ads, to capture those people who are actually searching for these terms on, Google. And then I would use Facebook for open targeting to your offer. And I would use Facebook and Instagram for retargeting the people who are coming from Google. So that's going to build you up a nice little ecosystem. So one thing that I want to remind everybody, and I'm going to playfully say this so that no one gets butt hurt, but the Ask Laurel thread, guys, is my thread. Do not hop on and start trying to help people on the Ask Laurel thread, because those people came for me for help. And I'm going to be selfish and, but it does cause confusion when you guys start hopping on the Ask Laurel thread. There are plenty of people who are asking questions inside the Facebook group who need your help, but just reserve the Ask Laurel thread for me. It causes confusion. It causes a hell of a thread. And, I want to get through these lives in the most helpful way possible. And if I have to sort through all kinds of conversations going on in the Ask Laurel Live, it just becomes a support nightmare. And I don't want my team to keep having to go and clean up the thread. So just leave the Ask Laurel stuff for me. I'm being selfish, but those are the people that are asking me for specific advice. But continue, please. I want everyone to continue helping everyone who's asking group questions inside the group. I love this community. That's just my only one thing, is please leave the Ask Laurel stuff to me. Also, take note of our holiday schedule. This is going to be the last Ask Laurel thread of the year. I'm taking the 2 weeks off. I recommend you guys take the 2 weeks off. And there's going to be no cocktails and conversions this month. Like I said, taking the last 2 weeks off. But I'll be back in January. My family's flying in. We're going to have a good time. And I hope that you guys have a very Merry Christmas. I'm grateful for all of you guys. And I'll be popping my head in now and then into the Facebook group for the most part, but I'm going to be off of Facebook. So you guys have a very Merry Christmas. I love you all.